What's going on and welcome back to the channel. Today we're reviewing a light that's got a lot of features packed into a very good price range. We're talking about the WeLight 20B. Before I get too far in this video, I do got to give you a disclaimer. WeLight did send me this light for me to review. However, there was no money exchange. They're not sponsoring this video. However, this video does have a sponsor, and that's Audio.com. We'll get to them here in a little bit. The WeLight 20B is a really good chip-on-board compact bi-color LED light. It's got a lot of built-in features, of course, the effects and the fan and all these other things, the heat sink. It's got the app control. However, this light confuses me a little bit. Not too long ago, I reviewed the WeLight Ninja 400 Mark II, and these are very close to each other. We'll come back to that in just a bit. Let's talk about the features of the WeLight Ninja 20B. This light is bicolor, so you can go from 2800 Kelvin all the way up to 6800 Kelvin. It can go from 0% all the way to 100%, as well as it's a CRI rating of 95. The brightest this light can get is around 5000 Kelvin, and it's getting just shy of 78,000 lux at 1 meter away with the reflector bowl. The light does have a built-in fan as well as heat sink on top, and you can turn that fan off for a silent mode when you're shooting. So if your lights are very close to your microphone, you can set that. Of course, there's a lot more specs on this light, as well as there's a bunch of built-in effects, which honestly no one cares about. So I'm just gonna kind of skim over those. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys use some of them. Let me know in the comments below if you guys use effects that are built into these kind of lights. So now we are currently using the WeLight Ninja 20B. Previously, I had the Aputure 100D. So I've got it connected to the app right here. We're sitting at about 8%, and I'm sitting at 2.8, 800 ISO at 24 frames, 180 shutter angle. So let's dial this sucker up a little bit. We're just gonna go up to 30% was where I was sitting at with my Aputure 100D. Let's just crank it up to 65% is what we're sitting at. God bless. The Aputure Light Dome Mini Mark II is what's sitting on top of that with 2 sheets of diffusion and a grid. Then we're still sitting at 65%. If I crank this all the way to 100, dear Lord, that thing is bright. Again, I've mentioned this is bicolor, so we're sitting at 5600. We could go all the way down to 2500. I was actually wrong. I think I said 2800. And we can go all the way up to 8500 Kelvin. Each light is gonna have its pros and cons, and each one is gonna have a color cast. Like right now, I can just show you on the screen what it looked like with me with the Aputure light compared to this light, both sitting about the same brightness. This isn't like insanely scientific, but you'll probably see a little bit of a color cast in one to the other, whether it's in the greens or the magentas. Each light is their own, and again, that's some of the problems you're gonna have when you mix and match certain light brands. Now, before we go any further with this video, let's talk about the sponsor of today's video, and that is Audio.com. Audio.com is a great place for anyone making videos that is looking for music, which is pretty much everyone. Audio has over 5,000 curated high-quality songs on their website right now, and they're adding about 50 to 100 every week, so their library is just continually growing. They have 2 different plans you can choose from. Audio Pro is the first one, and you're paying for the entire year. With the Pro plan, you're getting music plus sound effects catalog, unlimited downloads, new music and sound effects daily, YouTube monetization, and a universal license. The second plan is lifetime music, and it is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You are covered for life with their music. No matter what kind of music or sound effects you need, Audio.com has got you covered. I'll have a link in the description below if you guys want to check it out. It's got a discount code that will make it even cheaper than it already is. Thank you, Audio.com, for sponsoring this video. Let's talk about the pros and cons, starting with the pros. Pro number 1, I feel like this light is priced very well. It's just a little over 300 bucks. I think it's around 330 at the time me recording this. It's got a lot of features built into it. Again, effects and all these other things. I don't personally use those, but if you guys do, they've got it built in. As well as it's got a fan that you can turn down and silence. You can also use the app with it, which works very well. It connects no problem whatsoever. It's bicolor, so that's a pro in my book. This light is bright, so no matter what Kelvin you're at, you're getting a really bright light. Of course, you're gonna be sitting at the brightest brightest around the 5,000, maybe 5,600 mark is where it's really going to be the brightest. But if you're in an environment where things change, you don't know where you're going to be, maybe you've got tungsten in one area and daylight somewhere else, having a light like this that is bicolor is ideally the best thing to have. Let's talk about the cons real quick and the things that confuse me about this light. Con number one, you get no bag with this light whatsoever. Again, it's a sub $400 light, so I'm not really surprised. However, it would have been nice if they'd have thrown it in. You do have a power block as well as the hook that comes with it that mounts to a light so you can lift it higher. It's a little odd for me because it's not a ballast. You're not actually getting any controls on it, so it's a little weird. I don't really know why I would need that on there. This light really is almost a replica of itself. So you have the WeLight 20B. It is 200 watts. It is bicolor. It can go from 2800 Kelvin all the way to 6800 Kelvin. And it's a great light. It's a budget-friendly light. It's about $330. Then you have the WeLight Ninja 400 Mark II bicolor. It's $400. It's only 150 watts. It does come with a case. It does come with a remote, and it does come with a ballast on it so you can actually control it lower on the light stand. And as I sit here, I really think it comes down to a couple things. A, do you want a bag? B, do you need it to be that extra 50 watts of brightness? And C, do you want the ballast to where you're able to control it on the light post and not have to worry about it? If you're considering the WeLight Ninja 20B, I would also consider the WeLight Ninja 400 Mark II. It really comes down to those couple differences, and honestly, both are amazing lights. That sums it up for me. I'll have links in the description below for both lights for you guys to check out, read up on the specs, and decide if there's something you want over one or the other. Thanks so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if this video helped you. Drop a comment below if it didn't. Subscribe if you haven't already. You're amazing. I'm the Iron Giant. See you next time. Peace.